So, welcome to those on YouTube. Thank everyone for watching. Today we're playing some Temur Reclamation. It's the same list we've been playing the last couple of times. We'll probably make some changes while we're playing. But the idea of this deck is to use Wilderness Reclamation. In your end step, it's on tapping all your lands, so you can go for the big explosion to kill your opponent. You got Bone Crusher Giant and Brazen Borrower as good bits of interaction. Escape the Wild is a good bit of card advantage, which is nice. And then yeah, we've just got a lot of interaction for the decks and the format. So yeah, let us begin. We have had a whole heap of offline follows, so we are gonna go through those at some point today as well. We have to go through all these notifications. I'm not going to list them all out because I think they're mostly just in for the giveaway. You can type !giveaway in chat, and that is going to, if I spell it right, that is !giveaway in chat. Will link you to the two Gleam giveaways. Although I think I need to change one of the bits in there, but. This hand's okay. Opt hopefully digs us into some good stuff. You can also type in !deck in chat, and that will give you access to the deck list. It'll also be in the Streamdecker overlay, so you can find it in all those fun places. So this is my first game since the rollover. So we are in, I think it's Silver 2, so we'll get ourselves up into Gold and then fire on through from there. Paradise Druid. Sure, we're going to opt. Hopefully we can find some piece of interaction for them. If we can find like an Aether Gust. Aether Gust is perfect, because it'd be nice just to be able to tempo them off Anissa at some point. Obviously, it's not a hard counter, but it gives us enough time. Okay, they're playing Naya. That's interesting. This Flame Sweep's going to be pretty good next turn. Just clear away the mess that they've made. Kiora. I don't think I'm in for the Kiora. I think that one can go away. On the bottom. Okay, seeing as they missed the land drop, we are just 100% flame sweeping here. Just get these things off the board. Okay, they ripped the land. We're going to scry. We can bounce something with Brazen Borrower or sweep something away, and then we can escape the wilds next turn. So. Good start here. Good solid start. Okay, nothing from the opponent's good for us. We're going to shock and just play escape. Yikes, only one land. That's a whole lot of cards I didn't really want to be putting over there, but hey ho. Cannot complain too much. Nightpack Ambusher. Yikes. That's a good one. I'm just gonna go find another island here. Hopefully they cast a spell here so they don't get a 3/3. So all the spells exiled with escape always go away at the end of the second turn, which is why I just wanted to make sure we cast those. Just try and make sure we can cast these spells. Tulsimir is another good one. More wolves. Okay, so that kind of gives us the option of being able to flame sweep an expansion of flame sweep to tidy up everything. So I think I'm just going to bounce the Voja, because I would like them to cast the Nightpack Ambusher in my end step. Or now, if they want to deal the extra 2 damage, that's okay with me too, because then we get to clear up everything. Put a stop in my end step because I'm expecting them to play this at end of my turn. So at that point, I want to make sure that it doesn't just skip into their turn and give me sufficient opportunity to respond to it. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So 9 mana, we'll need 5 mana to do this, so I reckon we're probably just better off just passing and we can jumpstart Chemist's Insight. Or we can cast both opts and see where we get to, but do want to wait for this Nightpack Ambusher. If they don't play it, then it's fine. But I would like to get everything if I can. So yeah, these things can all go away, please. And then we've got Mystical Dispute to be able to counter something, so that's always quite good. Good afternoon, Stuart. I hope you're well. Questing Beast, nope. Goose is fine. No, I can imagine not getting a lie-in with the kids and the wife. Like you've kind of got those commitments. I'm just going to jam this Bone Crusher back out just to play around another Questing Beast. Obviously, we've not got a nice answer. We can bounce it, but we would just get to trade off for another Questing Beast. So if they don't have anything here, I'm just going to jumpstart a Chemist's Insight. Ew, that's a good one. Okay, so are they dead? So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We can Explosion for 16, which isn't lethal, so we'll just attack. I think I'll just pass. I think we've... I guess we can just cast this Chemist's Insight. I don't think we're going to cast this Dispute. It's not great here. Like, they've got a lot of mana. The Borderer is going to catch most things. We got another explosion anyway, just in case we need to deal something. pretty much a lock from here, but they might play something that kills me. Who knows? Cura is not that. Cura can resolve. In we go, borrowers. Well, that's probably overkill at that point, but in fact, well, we know it is because we already were nearly there last time, but it means that we have enough mana to be able to do the second one if we need to, so. Pew, pew, pew. Yes, dual lands definitely need a tap for any button. Or I should be able to like hold a key. So like on, I think it's on Magic. I'm pretty sure there's a function on Magic Online where if you hold control, tapping lands just taps for anything. It'll tap for like whatever the left hand color would be. Because you obviously at that point I don't care what the colors are. I just want mana. Genetic mana will be sufficient, but yeah, they really need to try and do something like that. It's quite bad that they still don't have something to be able to do that. I guess the disputes are actually the worst thing. Leave us in this flame sweeps to be able to mop up their stuff. Like, it was good to be able to draw 2 of them. Lava Coil's a good answer. Aether Gust, I think, dealt with every single spell that we saw out of them. I don't remember seeing anything other than that. And I like the rest of the build there. Brazen Borrower is the least interactive of our spells, so. Get him on, opponent. Oh, did I submit a 61 card deck? I didn't mean to submit a 61 card deck. Never mind. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will cope. I'm sure we'll cope. I'm sure it won't make too much of a difference. And this one's pretty good. The mana's a bit slow, but Aether Gust buys us a lot of time, so. Especially when they end up using their food to cast things like they did last game. These will help us set up our draws, grind some good stuff, so. The Goose. I think I'm in for an opt. We're gonna scry with the Temple next turn anyway. Like we're on mono tap lands for the time being, so I think the 1 mana spell's probably pretty good here. Okay. Just gonna scry. Just looking for lands here. As soon as we can get that's perfect because we can fetch up an island with the Fabled Passage. Or we can play the Castle Vantress and then get this get a mountain on 4. That's probably better. Get a mountain on 4 so we don't have any issues for any explosions. Not that we should, but just in case. Threat. Make a 4/4. Sure. Be interesting to see if they have Veil of Summers. They have access to 5 mana here, so it could be a Tulsamir. Certainly not going to do anything about this yet. If we can temple them off a Tulsamir, make them eat their food, I think that's going to be better for us. Why would you pay 4 mana to make a 4/4 when you can pay 3 mana to make some 3/3s? That seems much better, right? Like, they must have the Nightpick Ambusher, but let's just kill the token. We've got a full house out. A full house out. There we go. Nice and easy. Yep. Might be worth throwing away one of these explosions. Again, I'm just gonna hold this. If we can Aether Gust a spell and expansion to throw away the Ambusher, that would be ideal. But yeah, let's just pop this thing away. So we can Explosion for 4, which I think is probably worth doing here. We're obviously slightly behind here. See, Stuart, look at you knowing how to use all the commands. So smart, so smart. Love it. Alright, what's opponent doing here? If we've got another Ambusher, that would be kind of bad, but beyond that, we'll just let the opponent time out then, shall we? It's certainly an interesting deck. It's something you want to try. None of the cards are too expensive. I think the most problematic thing is probably going to be the mana base, but if you can sort the mana base out, then it's probably going to be pretty reasonable to get. Alright, let's draw some cards. And they didn't make food, so I'm assuming they have just vanished. Shifting Ceratops. Well, that's a rude boy. Whoa. Stop, opponent. Ow. I'm actually going to have to shock for this Lovestruck Beast now as well, aren't I? Really glad I brought in this Lovestruck Beast now, though, because that's the only way I'm dealing with that nonsense. I'm just going to try and two-shot them with these explosions, I think. So it's actually net beneficial for me to cast this growth spiral and put another land into place. So nets me more mana. So let's do that. Let's just put a temple into play. See if we can scry into an answer of some sort. Another growth spiral. I think I'll keep another growth spiral. And then we can explosion for 6, and then we can kill them next turn. Do I want to explosion for 6? I guess I can leave 2 mana up, because it's not really going to make too much of a difference. Yeah, this gives me an opportunity to draw some kind of interaction. Not that the auto tapper let me do that. That's wonderful. That would have been really nice because that's why we left the 2 up, was so that we could draw our interaction. But you know, whatever. I mean, we're pretty dead if they have anything anyway, so because we can't really interact with the Ceratops. You want to kill my Lovestruck Beast? That's exceptionally rude. I can actually copy that, right? Oh! Please resolve. Got him! We got him! Someone clip that. That's how you deal with that one, apparently. Woohoo! Oh, that's some good stuff there. That is some exceptionally good stuff. Oh, and look at all the things we've already unlocked today. Look at that. Right, let me go and start up another one there. That was sweet. I love that. Leave 2 mana up. It's not really. I think we'll mulligan this one. It's not. This one's much better. Yeah, the first one just didn't really have a whole lot of card advantage. Didn't have a whole lot of stuff going on, so. I'm going to bottom the Aether Gust against a Hallowed Fountain. You can actually copy that, right? Shock in this and pass. 3 explosion in favor of Shockland or 4 explosion and cheap the mana. You need the explosions because that's actually your win condition, so cheap the mana if you want to play it. The mana is vital. I think I'm just jamming Wilderness Reclamation here. Like, it's not crucial that this resolves, but it's obviously beneficial if it does. If they have like an Aether Gust or something, then that's okay, but thanks for that, Stuart. Ideal. Okay, they are actually on Esper. Think I'm okay just using this growth spiral now. Yeah, I don't actually have too many that end up being good like that, so it's good to have some like that. It's very rare that they end up being that good. Okay, we like our Fabled passages today, apparently. Blasting that one. This card's just obnoxious and rude against our deck, but we do have the best answer to it in our hand, so that one's good because it means that if they don't do anything else, we can bounce this. And then explosion next turn.
This might be a bad idea.
It was a Thought Erasure. Yikes, that's rude. That's so brutal. Guess I'm just casting the Brazen Borrower now then. Oh, they're on stacks. Okay, that's a completely different deck. Don't have to play around as much as I already was, so that's good to know. Could really do with drawing my Castle Vantress here. That'd be excellent. Yep. If I play this, it means that they have to bounce it really, otherwise the Teferi goes away, and Teferi is a trump card in this matchup. So, oh wow, they're just gonna let this Teferi just do that. Sure. Well, that's exactly what we wanted. Please start dealing with this nonsense.
No more game.
I think they're both good ones. So I don't need to scry again, but I can scry them away if they end up not being good here now, so.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Yep. 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 We have a whole lot of mana, so if we find an explosion, we're probably pretty good here. You mean like that one? Go away. How many do I want to draw? I feel like I want to leave up 5 mana. So I've got, what's that, 12 in pool, so I can Explosion for 12. Explosion for 12 leaves me with plenty of mana to be able to interact and lets me scry. Yeah, happy moving to discard. So discard a chunk of lands. The Aether Gusts are dead here, so can dispute and expansion the dispute. So I don't really care about this one, but I feel like they're just dead if I get to untap. So I don't think it matters too much. We're just going to stomp them just to make sure. That one probably makes sure. This is an extra land drop, so it's actually going to give us some more mana. Just let me put a stop in places. Stop telling me how to live my life. Stop making my lands dance, Arena. Resolve that one. Kill you. I only had 3 cards left in my deck there. I should have probably been more careful with that, but never mind. Negates are great. Aether Gusts are terrible. I actually want the Niv Mizzets and the Lovestruck Beast just to be higher on interaction, higher on ways to try and pressure them. Teferi is obviously the biggest issue card here. They do occasionally run Narsets as well. Narset is equally as big a deal, so it is important to try and get one of these things down early. 2 cuts. Bone Crusher is probably the worst card. Maybe Niv's too expensive. Let's just go with these things and Expansion Explosion, I guess, that we can... we have enough counter magic that we should be able to push through whatever we need to, so... So, for everyone that's watching live, you can type !giveaway in chat to see the 2 giveaways I'm currently doing. And you can, what are the words I'm looking for? On YouTube, you'll be able to find the links down in the description below, so check them out. I really want to be giving these things away, so I can keep this one. We can kind of be aggressive, just like shock something and then play a 4-3. That's a good draw because it means that we this Fable Passage now comes in untapped, so got that going for us. Them not having a 2-drop's pretty good because it means their Doom Foretold is going to be worse. I'm just going to let that resolve, actually. If they minus it just to draw a card, because they didn't have a whole lot going on. It would have been quite bad for them to do that, but let's just bounce this now. If they want to stick a Doom Foretold, they can. Oh wow, okay, now I get to kill it. Wonderful. Stomp that thing. Okay, they had a backup one. There's always another one. Obviously. Alright, let's just jam Bone Crusher. Assuming we're gonna get Doom Foretolded here, but I guess it's not the end of the world. That's what they want to do. Oath of Kaya would be kind of bad. Yeah. If they thought erasure me, I'm just going to concede. The only reason for them to put a stop there is because they're going to thought erasure me, so we just kind of fell behind tempo there. Again, it's just a battle around Teferi. We didn't really have a hand that was set up to beat it, so let's go again. I don't think we want to change anything. I think we just want to have a slightly better draw against them having an early Teferi. Yeah, I guess I can keep this. This finds a forest, and then we get to make a lot of things. Try and be slightly more aggressive. Right, let's see how we get on here. As we say, we've got a slightly more aggressive draw here, where we can get these Lovestruck Beasts into play. That's interesting. Am I growth spiraling now? Guess I should probably be growth spiraling. Can get this Wilderness Reclamation down and be able to bounce stuff, then these Lovestruck Beasts are going to be even better, so... this is finding an island, so we can actually cast the back half, or the actual Brazen Borderer, not just Petty Theft. I think I'm going to make a 5/5 here. Because then I can make a 1/1 with this next turn. And then this can actually kill the Teferi if that's what they play. Yeah, so if they plus this... No, so this works out for me as well, because it means I get to make the... I'm actually just going to make the same play, I think. Now that I've got the Temple of Mystery, it means I can play both halves of this extra Lovestruck Beast. We'll keep the last one there as well. Feel like this is the way that we combat the Teferis. As much as it's not ideal and not pretty, I think it's the way we got to go. I'm going to put a stop in my upkeep just in case they Doom Foretold us. Be good just to flash in a Brazen... Oh no, we can't flash anything in. Never mind. What is flash anyway? So I'm going to be getting Thought Erasured here, but I can cope with that because I've got 2 Lovestruck Beasts. So I'm going to have to take one of these away, I think. Oh, Duress. Duress is significantly better for me. Because that doesn't really interact with what I'm trying to do here. Need to kill my Lovestruck Beast now. You got Noxious Grasp? No, you're taking the expansion as well. Sure. What you got? Nothing. I think I'm just holding up a Brazen Borderer. Don't really want to play into a Kaya's Wrath. They may have sideboarded them out, but I've got some pressure here. Let's not try and overextend into it. Othakai is going to try and kill the 1/1, which is fine. We get to flash in a Brazen Borderer and then I hit them for 8 next turn. It's countering Heart's Desire. Dovin's Veto, sure. You got it, buddy. That's kind of awkward, but we have dealt with the first Teferi, so... And we don't really have... Like, the double Duress turn just kind of took away our... like reclamation pieces, so now we're just kind of trying to play a fair game, which I'd imagine doesn't end too well for us. But if we can find like Chemist's Insight or Escape from the Wilds, gives us lots of cards. Try and figure out how to go from there. I need to flash this other one in. And if they want to bounce anything, they have to basically trade the Teferi for it. Got a way to kill this too. No, okay. Right, I'm auto-passing. Arena, figure it out. Okay, let's do that instead. Look at all these spells you can't take with Duress. Okay, that one's just, that's food for the Lovestruck Beasts, I guess. These things aren't doing anything else now. That one's awkward. And a shock. Interesting. Is that just, they can't activate the Vantress because they're mana, so unless they're planning on sacking the egg to do that, but Draw a card with a growth spiral, see what we get. Play this as Doom Foretold. Insurance. This is only a shock at the moment, so doesn't quite get there. Yeah, okay. Scrying to the top, I feel pretty bad about it, but dances and well, that's pretty good. So they've got Golden Egg, Oath of Kaya. I think that's the only things in their graveyard. Yeah, they've not got a whole lot in there, so even a dance isn't that good. It only gains them 3 life. Yeah, good. Nice. Yeah, kind of awkward with their ability to interact with our... Am I playing in the wrong queue? I might be playing in the wrong queue. Oh, we crafted a bird. Look at that. Uncommon Fey Fox. There we go. Look at that. Oh, never mind. Right. We got all the black cards. What's the end of the green ones? We've got the green ones we want. Where's the red ones we want? Don't want any of the red ones. Blue ones? Royal Scions is the best one there, I guess. White's not very playable, so I can't imagine I want any of these. No, we'll start going for blue. Cool. Alrighty, we are 2-0. Now let's keep on plowing through. I think this one's fine. Like, we're counting on turn 2 Oko. We've got Bone Crusher Giant. These are all good things. Obviously, it's shy of mana, but if we draw those lands, it's a very good hand. Aether Gust's a good one against the Temple of Mystery. Bone Crush you. Just didn't feel like this was actually going to have any targets. They've not done anything. It's probably likely they're on a similar deck. So just being able to do this and have this ready to rumble is good. Do I want to counter this? Nah. Yeah, so they're probably on a very similar deck. Their mana's just been slightly less painful than ours. Ours is slightly better just now, but it could just be some kind of blue-green deck and not be playing the red stuff. They might not be Wilderness Reclamation, I guess. Okay, we're going to start off with the Opt. See if we can't hit a land. Perfect. Nissa Who Shakes the World. That's one that's actually worth just hard countering, I think. Actually, are we better off? Maybe we're better off just tempoing them. Yeah, let's go with the tempo play. If we pop this on top and then we can dispute it next turn. I think that's maybe better. Oh, why did you not? Oh, never mind. Okay, yep. We can dispute the Nissa. Means we're set up a bit better. Mobilize district, A. I think that's. I went with the conservative line of just using the Chemist's Insight rather than burning the explosion, because we might end up having to interact with the Nissa. We obviously don't have any other answers. If that's all they're doing, I'm okay with that. It's more just to try and make sure that we didn't get blown out by something that we weren't keen on. Right, let's start with Escape to the Wilds. That just straight up resolved 2. Okay, stop a main step. Temple. Don't need any more lands. Temple. We'll take another expansion. Yeah, I'm not casting anything this turn, so it doesn't really matter. This one's on an adventure. We can just explosion the mobilized district. Like, they don't seem to have counters. Everything has just straight resolved, so... yeah, let's try and explosion them for 4. If this doesn't resolve, it's not the end of the world. But it'd be quite nice just to get some more cards. But then, hopefully this one resolves next turn. And remember to put my stop on my end step. That one resolved 2. Well, I've no idea what's going on, to be honest, so... Yeah, okay, another Escape to the Wild seems pretty good. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we're 1 short of killing them, so... I guess we just pass. What can I do in end step? I can Chemist's Insight. Yeah, I guess I'm just Chemist's Inciting. Doesn't make too much of a difference, does it? Growth Spiral's a good one. That gives us some more mana. Nothing else we want to cast there. I think we should probably just cast the Brazen Borrower. It goes away if we don't cast it, so I think we're as well just casting the Brazen Borrower gives us a little bit of pressure if they do end up having a counter. Obviously, we're very well set up for the rest of this game now, though. For those of you that joined, you can type !giveaway in chat. There's links to 2 different giveaways that I'm currently running. You can type !deck in chat to be able to see the deck list we're playing, or you can use the Streamdecker overlay to be able to see it there as well. Really confused as to what is going on over there. I don't know if they've just flooded out or what, but I'm just kind of getting to do my thing and they're not doing anything, so... Just gonna keep jamming things until something gets countered. I mean, got... Put a stop on my end step. Let's just escape. Got to counter one of these things. Or not. Or they can just fall over. Negates an Aether Gust, I guess. I don't think I want anything else. Didn't see enough to warrant anything else. Take the Flame Sweeps out. I kind of want the Niv Miz just to kind of hedge. Got the Bone Crushers maybe. Sure, run with this. Hope everyone out there is having a fantastic Sunday. We are currently 2-0 and we are 1-0 up in this third one. I had a really good interaction earlier on with being able to expansion our opponent's threat, which actually managed to kill the creature they were actually going to try and use to kill my thing. So that was super sweet. Yeah, you can check that out. I think I've highlighted it properly on Twitch. It's in my Twitter Twitter feed anyway, so you can find it there anyway. Right, let's come on, opponent. That seems okay. Obviously, we don't really know what they're playing, so a couple of spells that will interact with them, along with expansion, seems pretty reasonable. I mean, we saw, what did we actually see? We saw Nissa, and that was about it. Opt's a good one. Oh, stupid thing, auto passing. I'm looking at something else because I thought we're waiting on the opponent again. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm happy with another opt as well. I'm not really sure what we need at the moment. Obviously not 100% sure what the opponent's actually playing, so... You got a Gilded Goose, sure. We don't need the red just now, so let's play the free land. Come on, opponent. You can do it. Wicked Wolf. I don't need to gust that now, so I think I'll gust it later. So they just Simic food and had a really bad draw? Or what? I think I like the negate. Aether gusting this one so I can dispute if they have a dispute of their own. Also, again, just tempo them. Please stop with your Nissas. Nissa's really annoying. Thank you. I go to 10 here. Life total's in a little bit of danger here, but hopefully the Brazen Borderer can buy some time as well. I think I'm gonna. This is the last time I'm gonna shock my landing. I think I just want to be able to Borderer and like cast both halves of Brazen Borderer, or use the castle depending on what they do. It gives me the option of disputing and Borderer as well, or petty theft. That came up a couple of times in the PTQ yesterday, or the WPNQ. Lots of people were saying the wrong things with their adventure cards and getting caught out by it. I'm just going to bounce this and then try and counter it on the way back down, I think. If they've just got geese, then that's okay. Got a Veil. Veil will be pretty brutal. No, they've got a Growth Spiral. Growth Spiral's fine. That means you're not actually getting to cast this again this turn. I guess you can eat the food now. And then this basically gives us infinite time to do what we want. Okay, if they're not doing anything, we can just cast the Borderer and start beating in. So Dispute's not going to counter the Wolf here, which is a problem. Wolf gets the Borrower. Don't care too much about that. I guess I can Dispute and Expansion the Dispute. I guess that's not awful. I'm just going to put full control mode on just so it does not miss. Oh, does that not work that way? Oh well. Never mind. just going to do this now. Can't shock, because if I shock, then them activating this goose gives them enough food to kill me, so I can only do it for 2, unfortunately. Would have liked an extra card here. Well, Wilderness Reclamation is probably a good one. If anything is getting me out of it, it's probably Wilderness Reclamation plus the other explosions, so... Just need to find another Aether Gust, I guess. Whack-a-mole me for 4. Okay, so I actually want to play the untapped land, I think, because it gives me an extra draw, which is better than a scry. And then I can draw 6 cards and shoot this for 6. I guess I'm just as well shooting them for 6. And I want to leave a steam vents and a breeding pool up, so we've got as many options as possible. No, not that one. So this gives me it for 6. Give me some good ones. If I have a questing beast off the top or anything like that, I'm fine with that, but let's try and make sure we just don't die. It means we don't have to discard either, I guess. Staying alive, staying alive, staying alive, staying alive. Ooh. Another Wilderness Wreck. Then we're going to draw some cards. We've still got another borderer to bounce this wolf. I actually reckon I'm okay putting that one into play with the Growth Spiral. Probably a bit too late for escape. That would have been a good one prior to that. Right. Let's start drawing cards. We found an Aether Gust. Aether Gust is an excellent one. Pitch a breeding pool, draw some more cards. Float some more mana. And then just cast this. Thanks everyone for dropping in today. I hope everyone is doing wonderfully on this fine Sunday. You can type !deck in chat to see the deck list, or you can use the Streamdecker overlay to be able to see it. I'm also running 2 giveaways at the moment. One's a Funko Pop and one's for 2 Magic Arena codes. If you type !giveaway in chat, you can find the information on those. So !deck and !giveaway. Please go away. I meant to do stuff there. I wasn't paying enough attention, but never mind. I was expecting to actually cast the wolf, but... Sure. Sure. And block? Is that what's happening? Sure. This could get Aether Gusted. Could definitely get Aether Gusted. No, they're just gaining some life. Works for me. Now I don't need any more reclamations. We get to scry in our end step here, so let's do that. That sounds wonderful. We would like 2 of your finest spells, please. Opt's probably good enough. If we can find something underneath this opt, then... Oh, there we go. Okay, so... yeah, that's fine. This Aether Gust gets to respond to this Wicked Wolf, and we can go off at that point, so... Don't think they have cards that are outs. At this point, obviously the expansion can kill them by itself, but the Niv's gonna mean they have to actually try and wolf us here. Which, even if they have a counter for this, we still get to draw a card, opt into the expansion, and do all that kind of good stuff, so... Shoot your face. If this resolves, then the game's over, so... I am calling it. It is over. It is done. We are good. Alright, we'll opt. We get to draw the expansion. Shoot them in the face. Then we get to scry and draw a card. Shoot them again. And then this can resolve, because we don't actually care about the Niv now. It's done its job. Yep, Niv's dead. So they're dead. Make sure I put a stop on my end step. Just in case I don't have enough, let's just play the other reclamation out. Just in case. Just in case. We have 22 cards in library. That's worth noting. Don't try and be too clever. Just let me tap these things for whatever color of mana. I don't really care. Let me draw some cards while you die. Cool. 4-0. Let's do a couple more actually. We've got plenty of time today. It's obviously lazy Sunday. Just kind of figured I would roll up the stream. Need to do some more practicing before there's a 1K tournament in a couple weeks time. So need to do some practice before that. Make sure I can figure out what I actually want to play in standard. Probably leaning toward this, but who knows if they're actually gonna what it's gonna look like. Obviously the GP results are going to warp things a little bit, but I think I'll keep this on the play. I don't think I would on the draw. We have got our mana. We just kind of need early interaction or another land. I guess we can just play this just in case they play some kind of spell. We might want to expansion, I guess. Growth spiral. A mirror, perhaps. Spyglass. Sure, that does nothing against me. Actual nothing? Can't think of any. I'm gonna check my own deck list because I don't think that does anything against any card in my deck. Castle Vantress. Okay, that is true. That is what you can actually do with that. That is actual factual correct. Right, so they've Growth Spiral, Sorcerer Spyglass. Am I jamming this or am I not jamming this? Don't think I need to. Got the Chemist's Insight. Yikes, this list had a lot of views on Streamdecker. 951 views. That's mental. Well, I can't counter that one, so... Because I've drawn 0 interactions. So they have some manas. Guess I'm just jamming this now because I want the escape to resolve. Okay, it resolved. That works for me. Dispute's a good one. That's a really good one because I can insight into that one. Nah, we've got plenty of tools because we've got all these Mystic Disputes and Aether Gusts in the main. We actually have quite a lot of play in the mirror, I think, in game 1. So they potentially want to expansion us here, but we get to insight into Mystical Dispute if that's what they're trying to do, which kind of blows them out big time. See if they hold up, like they potentially could hold up 2 mana or something. What have you got, opponent? I think I'm fine tapping them out here. If they wanna just tap out for that, I can escape, or I can reclamation and then do my explosion on my own. I think I'm okay just tapping them out. Yep. Yep. Yeah, you figured it out. Cool. So Growth Spiral's our best draw here, I think. Right, okay, so Wilderness Reclamation, that would give us 6 lands, so it's 18 total mana. I'll have used 4 of it, so it would give me 14, so I could only explosion for 10. So I think I'm just supposed to escape. Ooh, that's some good ones. Aether Gust's a perfect one on top 2. So at that point I actually want to play the Mountain. Put that back in your hand. Okay. That's kind of set us up for the late game now. We've got the tempo. Like, they've got cards, but we have cards too. Like, the escape has given us basically the same amount of card advantage, apart from I managed to catch up on land drops there, so. If they try and land this Reclamation, I get to insight into Aether Gust. I don't actually, I think I prefer getting rid of the Stomping Ground here. I don't think I need that one. And then again, if this taps them out, I'm okay with that. Obviously, they'd get an untap at end step, but if they don't have like a dispute or something here, then it's very good for us. Growth Spiral. Did you find it? That doesn't look like you found it. Yes. Perfect. That seems pretty perfect too, actually. Let's play this Fabled Passage. Like, the fact that resolved means that this surely has to resolve, because like they would have just countered my stuff. So let's try and kill them. Okay. Apparently, all you need to see, Stuart, you're just such a negative Nelly. There's no need to concede. The Veils are coming in here as well as the Nivs. I don't need the Bone Crushers, the Flame Sweeps. Brazen Borderers, fine, just for tempoing them off their stuff. Guess I actually don't want the Veils, because there's not that, like, I don't have that many hard counters. Like, Aether Gust doesn't stop that, so like they could still, like, if this is in play, like it stops the Aether Gust, but yeah, I think I'd just go with this. Means we've got nine counters and then 7 pieces of interaction. Niv Mizzet's probably going to be a good way to go over the top. Might be that Niv Mizzet's wrong, but we'll give it a try. This is definitely a mulligan. Yikes. This one's much better. I'm going to throw away the Niv and throw away a land. This is literally just going to be a matter of staring at each other for a little bit. The fact they found a castle is pretty good. They're ahead on mana as well. They found a growth spiral, so that doesn't bode well for us. But I haven't tried to land a wreck, so got that going for us, I guess. I did multi-5. I'm not expecting a whole lot this one. They've had a really good start apart from not having the wreck. I think we'd been better off if they'd had the wreck, because we've got lots of interaction for it in this hand. Just want all the interaction, please. That one's annoying, but yep. Yeah, it's such an excess of mana, they just get to scry every time and just sort their draw for the rest of the game. It's just really obnoxious now. I certainly feel like this is approaching unwinnable territory, but Niv Mizzet can potentially pull us out of it, because... Oh, Niv Mizzet their own, that's rude. Go away. Now they can't crack the Fabled Passage, so that's a bonus, I guess. I mean, we can just we can do that rodeo for a few turns if that's all they're gonna do. Gives us time to draw into something. Try and be aggressive. If they're not going to do anything about their Niv, like they're just going to draw that for 3 turns in a row, then that's fine. I don't think I want another negate. I think you probably, like, Niv is that powerful. I think I would probably just keep going for the Niv, but it's difficult not knowing what they've got. Depends what these cards are. Like if they've not got any counters and they're sitting on similar cards like their own Aether Gusts or something like that, then it's difficult to actually justify not keeping the Niv, because like they lose to my Niv and I lose to theirs. But like the fact they've not been able to protect the Niv against the Aether Gust is interesting. I wasn't expecting that all 3 of those Time Walks were going to work, to the point where now we can kind of try and manipulate this game into the point where we can try and win it. So we've got 5 mana, so I can only do this for 3 if I want to hold up Negate, which I think I do. Actually, no, screw it. So if they have an Aether Gust, I'm just going to concede. Yeah, that's fine. Like, they had to have something that wasn't something that could protect the Niv coming down. Yeah, I think what we've done with sideboarding is fine. Just need to not mulligan. Not mulliganing is important. Cards are very important in these kind of matchups. So. Alright, we're on the play. This hand's much better. We've got an early opt and a negate, and we've got a wreck as well. So, thanks everyone for hanging out and tuning in today. Really appreciate it. You can find the deck that we're playing. You can type !deck in chat, or you can use the Streamdecker overlay. You can type !giveaway in chat to see the giveaways I'm currently running. There's a couple of them going on. So yeah, it's lots of good stuff going on. They've got another turn to whatchamacallit. It's going to be pretty brutal. I'm going to bottom this here, just because I don't have any red sources at the moment, and I feel like I just want to draw into interaction more than being able to make sure I have an expansion. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to let this resolve as much as it's a bit of a pest. Gets them ahead on mana, which is pretty brutal. But they seem very unwilling to jam anything, so I'm just gonna jam this. Like, they shocked that so they can cast Chemist's Insight, so I'm okay with this kind of interaction happening. Like, there's only so many things that we can actually play around. So I'm going to stop on their end of second main. I maybe should have cast the negate rather than dispute here, so I could interact with them, but if I can do this and I can tuck this, then we're in reasonable shape. Okay, that's good for us. Another Aether Gust is good. Would like to dispute that one. This might be an Aether Gust their own Reclamation here. They can try and draw it next turn. They're going to expansion. Friendo. Okay. I mean, we got an expansion out of them for free, you know? Really glad I didn't use the negate now. I'm just gonna find a mountain. This is silver. I take offense to that. This is silver. I'm just gonna let this resolve. Like I need to fight over the more important cards. I've not got that many ways of interaction. So Chemist's Insight's a good one. A reclamation, you say? I would like this one. Disdainful Stroke. I'm going to counter your Disdainful Stroke. Let's fight over this. Mystical Dispute my negate. Okay, I would like to draw this next turn. Cool. So nothing resolved there, so it's all fine. They're down to one card and I've got escape. So if I can have this escape resolve, I'm in massively favourable shape here, which I'm hoping I can here. Well, there's a test spell. Counter this one. Didn't counter this one. Okay, we'll try and cast this next turn. Don't really want to discard any of these cards to cast the Insight here, so I'm just going to let these untap. Ooh, it resolved. It's I feel like we're in good. Yeah, we'll keep that one. We will keep that one. Untap my lands. Let's start drawing cards. I would kind of like to find a land to put in with the Growth Spiral. It's not the end of the world if I don't. Cool, we'll shock for this one, then we'll... guess we can just play the other Growth Spiral. Cool, negate's a good one. I actually don't think I need the escape here, so let's just spin that one off and let's get these Chemist's Insights resolved. How about we have that one later on? How about this one? Sure. Sure. And that's the reason I didn't bring in the Veil of Summers, just for reference that as much as it wins the counter wars aren't the important bit half the time, so yeah, it means I can't win this turn, but that's okay. It's not worth fighting over there. Like we are significantly far ahead that it doesn't matter. Oh, you want me to draw cards? How wonderful! Let's do it. Is this lethal? Feel like if it's not lethal, it's pretty close to lethal. Let's So I'm going to be able to do it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is double. That's near enough. If it's not lethal, it's pretty much there. As much as makes no difference, it is. Triggers. These are all going upstairs, buddy. It was lethal. Cool. I did figure it out. I thought it was, but numbers, maths, all that kind of good stuff. Cool. We are 5-0. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Alright, up to silver 1. We're nearly out of this nonsense. Ooh, we get a booster pack. Do love a booster pack. Cards. Okay, let's go another one. Let's go another one. Remember, folks, you can always find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/AW_Rainer. You can give me a follow. You can use your Amazon Prime. You can link it to your Twitch. You can subscribe to me for free. There's details on that. Did I put it in here or not? Let's have a look. I did. You can find information on how to do that at !Prime. So you can do that. That helps me out. Means that you get a little bit more out of the stream. Don't forget that I've got these giveaways going on, so !Giveaway, !Deck. For those on YouTube later on, there'll be links in the description below to all of these various things and stuffs. I would really like to find another untapped blue or green source, so I'm going to opt into that, hopefully. Some kind of blue-black control deck, maybe? A forest, you say? That will do me. I am not fussy. A forest will be sufficient. Okay, opponent hasn't cast a spell yet, so these Aether Gusts are looking pretty bad here. They're going to get ditched to some Chemist's Insights. Don't think I need to play this Wilderness Reclamation yet. Like, they're likely to have negates or something like that, so feel like we can. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Some kind of blue-black flash deck? That just mean that everything's gonna get countered? Oh no, Sultai. Sultai with a bad draw. Okay. I'd like to draw some cards. Mystical Dispute, eh? That means I'm going to jam this now just because I've got the dispute, so I can fetch up an island and do that. They got another counter. It feels pretty bad, but I do feel like I need to try and do this. Double Quench. You got it, buddy. You got it. This is the reading escape before they counter it. Pause, just for reference. I played the it resolved. I played the land first just to try and make them think I had another mystical dispute. As much as it does mean that I don't get to necessarily play any of these or play all of the lands that I find, but I felt like it was more beneficial to do that than to not, especially when they're just a big flash deck. So these Aether Gusts are feeling real bad. Could be finding another reclamation, try and burn us through some of these cards. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and... Got one more island? I think I've got another island. I do not. Okay, that's fine. Play the Castle Vantress. Let's opt. Just to see if we can find a Wilderness Wreck, and if we can't... Oh, we did. Any chance of that resolving with that mana up and that stuff? I kind of want to find out. Does mean this is a 6/5, which is a problem, but we do have 6 damage. Oh, if we had another mystical dispute, they would have been so dead. Right, negates, lava coils, veils are definitely in. These Aether Gusts can get out of here. Don't think I want the Flame Sweeps. As much as it would have been okay there. Bone Crusher seems good. Brazen Borrow's probably not great. Just go with 1 Niv. Let's go with 2 Nivs and cut an escape. I feel like it's unlikely I'm ever going to get to resolve 2 escapes in this matchup, so Niv's a more likely card to push us over. We'll be going first. We will mulligan. This one's great. What am I ditching? Am I ditching the island? I feel like I'm ditching the island. Bone Crusher's good interaction. Veil, Opt, Mystical Dispute are all very good cards here, so I think it is just the island, and I'm just going to get greedy with it. Yeah, I think I'm okay with another Bone Crusher. Not in a massive hurry to do anything, but I would really like to just not die to their Brineborn Cutthroats, so it'd be good just to be able to get something down to be able to interact with that. Why would you play your land and then Once Upon a Time? Why would you do that? Opt. So I hope they play like Brineborn Cutthroat here. We can Bone Crush it. Just another Once Upon a Time. That's fine. Just a land. Don't need to hit these land drops. Like my hand's solid against what they're going to be doing. So right, that resolves. I've got my stop in place. So I can stomp that. It's like, I can just kind of turn into like a Temur control deck here. So it doesn't actually mean it's too bad for me when they're like holding up all these counter spells and everything. Because all my stuff's down to trying being instant speed in the end step anyway. Don't actually mind having to play instant speed and just not having a Temur Reclamation play. It just means that having a Temur Reclamation, having a Wilderness Reclamation in play. It's not the end of the world for us at all. Compass Insight's a good one, but it's probably gonna get. That's probably the one that triggers the Frilled Mystic, I would imagine. Get our Scry on. No Scryfall. I have no idea how to install that into my bots, but if you tell me how, I will quite happily do it. I'm just looking to churn through cards here. Yikes, no lands. Yikes, we found a land. Thank God. Stomp is damage can't be prevented this turn. So any damage can't be prevented. Let's... Is there any of this I actually want to discard? Not really. Let's just stop on my end step and see if they do something. Oh yeah, the beetle gives hexproof. That's or hexproof from black, or just hexproof. Protection from black, whatever color, or protection from green. That resolves. Bone crush that one. So I can just copy the stomp here if I really wanted to. Kill this Brineborn Cutthroat. They can't counter this, so... Okay, that was eventful. Bone Crusher's incoming. Just more Frilled Mystics? It looks like more Frilled Mystics. Guess I don't care about that, because I can just play the other one. Okay, they've run out of veils as well, which is good to know. If you want to move this out of the way, it costs them life. I'm just going to make this block. I want to do this now. I want to try and give us a bit more information about what we're actually trying to do. We'd like a land that doesn't cost us life as well. Another Frilled Mystic. Another Frilled Mystic is brutal. Jesus. Yup. No, I need shock for this one now. Because this one needs to find some hot gasoline. Not seen any black cards out of them. I don't know why they're black. Just don't know how they've had so many cards. Yeah, that does it. Okay. 2 for 1 the deck was better than us. Just some anemic draws, but that's okay. We will continue to fight on. It's the first loss of the day though, so can't complain too much. Again, thanks everyone for hanging out. It's good to see you all here. Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Sure. What's the worst that can happen? Like, actual, what's the worst that can happen with this hand? Yeah, sure. Going for the... We're playing against some big... Okay, why would you do it in my end step? Give yourself all the information. You're going to draw a card, then you can look at your information, figure out what you need. Just because it's an instant doesn't mean you need to play it as an instant. Learn from this, people. Let's just play this tapped. Okay, we're playing against Jund. No, definitely not tilting in the little Tef. Like, that's gonna get Emperor Cleaved in this, but what on earth is going on now? Oh, it's the 4-color oven deck. Okay, that makes more sense. So gross. So gross. You don't need to cast this as an instant. Yeah, I need to find some answers quickly, but that's why I went for the Reclamation. The Reclamation means that we can just burn through another chemistry site, then we get to escape, and then play our answers next end step. So gives us, as much as this is bad for us now, it does mean that we get quite a lot of opportunities to draw out of it. So there's no way for us to deal with the cat oven, but without like being able to. Am I supposed to do this actually? Am I supposed to kill the cat? No, because they've got a goose. Doesn't really matter. Like if they don't have other ways of producing food, they can just get the cat in the yard, and then they have to start sacrificing other things. So I'm going to take 7, potentially another 2 this turn. If they attack the Paradise Druid, I think I'm just going to explosion it. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take the extra 1. That's fine. We are looking for our deal 2 damage to everything, please. I would like one flame sweep. Another oven. My word. That doesn't bode well. Another escape to the wilds. Well, we have all the card advantage. Let's see if we can do anything. I need all the good ones here. That was none of the good ones. I think I need to shock here as well, which is awful. That's not a flame sweep. Right, Castle Vantress. Start there and see where we get to. Man, this draw's been brutal. Yep. I need to find a flame sweep and something to deal with this Mayhem Devil. But if they make the mistake of putting the cat back into play, I need to deal with this food as well. That's the issue. So many problems here, so little time. That is step 1, I guess. This needs to hit the flame sweep. Okay, we dead. Okay, so Aether Gusts are very good. Lava Coils are very good. Brazen Borderers are going to be bad. Flame Sweeps are going to be good. Mystical Disputes are going to be bad. I don't really care about Okko in this matchup. Niv's probably fine, and again, not going to be able to cast multiple escapes, so it may as well take 1 slot on the board. Okay. There's not been a whole lot of Elking going on about. Just been interesting, been different. I think this is okay just because we're probably leaning on Niv in this. So if we can find our way toward that, I think that's probably where we want to be. So I'm not going to crack this Fabled Passage until later on. Because I really, well, the green source now makes it a bit different, but finding a forest with this is real bad when you're trying to cast Niv on time. Okay, they've just got a goose. I really just want to find some more action. This is a bit slow. It's a slow hand, but I was hoping the Scry and the Opt would have found us a little bit more action. But where do I get my deck guides from? What do you mean by deck guide? Vraska, that almost achieves nothing in this matchup, so that's okay. Like, sure, the emblem's potentially problematic later on, but that's a little bit down the road. I don't even do as much as that. I tend to just actually figure out what it is from looking at the deck and then just go and jam some games with it myself. I don't tend to do anything else. Oh my word, can you just not? This is so rude. Okay, I'm really? Right, okay, we'll jam in one more. That was wasn't really expecting that to happen. Probably just do one more. I've been live for what's that? About nearly two and a quarter hours, so it's a good run. That'll be a good long YouTube video and one good clip that I'll get uploaded as well separately, just so we can get some more hits, some more views, some more exposure. It's all about exposure in this, isn't it? So for those, remember that you can type !deck in chat to see the deck list. You can type !giveaway in chat as well. That'll show you the current giveaways I've got going on. And you can type !prime, which actually tells you how to link your Amazon Prime account and your Twitch account together, which can give you access to a Twitch Prime account, which basically can give you a free subscription to a user every month. And even if it's not me, you should be giving it to someone because it's coming out of the pocket of Amazon. So someone deserves it, and it's certainly not Amazon. So another mitter. I feel like I should go back to playing a different deck now that everyone is just playing this deck. Just go and play anything else, because just Lucky Clover. Okay, they're not playing the same deck. I take it back. I take it back. What the hell is Lucky Clover doing there? I'm gonna shock this in so we can dispute something, because I'm in fear now. I have no idea what's gonna happen here. Bone Crusher me. that's fine just to counter that. I don't really want to deal with the 4/4, so. Oh, ow. Ow. Well, we are not on a particularly high life total here, and they've had multiple bone crushers with their lucky clover, so that's pretty gross. As much as this is gross. This is okay because it means that the actual Brazen Borderer won't resolve. So this is going to the graveyard because there's no targets. So. Send that thing away. Let's stop doing that. Okay, let's start with an opt. Escape's pretty perfect there. We get to Wilderness Reclamation. Hopefully they don't send this thing away again, and then we can escape next turn. Yep. Oh, stop it. That's really sore. Oh, no lands. Yikes. No lands and no counter spells. This is going to go well. Have you got another Bone Crusher? Fae of Wishes. Yikes. Ooh, can we... I can copy that, right? Do I want to copy that? Is there anything that's worth getting out of my sideboard? I could get a negate. Let's try and be greedy. Let's Growth Spiral first. Okay, I'm just going to let this resolve. Let the first one resolve, and then we can figure out if the second one's resolving or not, actually. See what they get. It's like, this doesn't really tie in with the rest of the plan, so it's a bit weird. Chandra. Phew, boy. Well, that's actually not the end of the world, actually, because we can... oh, I should have expansioned there. I played too quickly. I should have gone and got my Aether Gust. Because I've got one Aether Gust on the board. I should have got that, because that counters that. So, should have done that. And an Ugin. A Eugene. Now that this is going away, I just definitely should have done that. Would have been much better just to go and get my Aether Gust, so I don't have to worry about this Chandra as much. I mean, I can still Instill Chemist's Insight and try and find something. It gives me a couple of turns. I've got Wilderness Reclamation. Like this isn't happening anytime soon, so. I want some more information first, actually. I'm going to cast this, see what we get. Okay, so. Wilderness Reclamation number 1. Let's go digging for an explosion. There's an explosion. Yes! Snuck out of that one. Snuck out of it. Aether Gust's in, Negate's in. Niv Mizzet in. Flame Swoop's out. The speeds are still good. What do we want to cut? 3 cards to cut. 3 cards to cut. Niv Mizzet's maybe too expensive. Just go with. Oh, the escape was so good there. I guess Bone Crusher's probably not that great here because it's only going to deal with Brazen Borderer, so I'm actually better off just bringing the Niv Mizzets to do that job, I think. The game goes long. Yeah, that was nice. It was a good little turnaround there, so. This deck's been doing me well. It's been good. We've been playing it for a while. Playing it most of this week. Probably put in, I think it's about 20 games worth now we've got. Come on, opponent. I think I'm just ditching an expansion. I think I want all these lands, especially with the wreck already in hand. Alright, Temple of Epiphany. Let's get our scry on. How greedy do I want to be? I'm gonna go full greed. What's the worst that can happen? That's the worst that can happen. Send it away. Stop that. Stop it now. Like this mana base is awkward at times just because you tend to have to shock to make sure that you can actually cast all of your spells at the right times, so it is quite awkward. I don't need to cast any of this just now. I can negate something if I need to. Beanstalk Giant. I guess of all the... Oh, do I want to... I want to copy that, right? I really want to copy that. I would love a ramp. I think I'm just letting them do that. I want to opt, try and find another land. Beanstalk Giant's a nice one. And just playing a 4/3, okay. I can't be that greedy, I'm afraid. I can be greedy, but I can't be that greedy. Just put that stop there now, just so I remember. Fires of Invention. That scares the crap out of me. Don't do that. Okay, this is looking pretty good now. Shock. Okay. What have you got? Hydroid Crassus for 6. Well, I'm gonna take my counter that. You can draw your cards and all that kind of stuff, but you're not having a 6/6. You're just not getting to do that, I'm afraid. I think I'm actually just going to take 2 to send this thing away just now. As much as it's really awkward, I just don't want to deal with that thing just now. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll be 8 lands. 8 is 16 is 12. So we've nearly got them dead with this explosion. I think I'm just supposed to go full greed on this explosion and just tap out for it. No, not yet. Untap my lands first. So I'm going to have 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. I think I am just supposed to go for... Okay. They're not dead on board, but you know, whatever. We'll take it. We'll take them how they come. Here we get another card, look at that. Another booster pack as well, aren't we lucky? Mittermaid. Okay, we'll just keep going. We keep seeming to do reasonably well with this, so let's just keep plowing on through. Especially while there's so many of you here. And by so many, it's only 8, but for me, that's quite a lot, so... I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to be super greedy. This opt is going to find me a stomping ground, and I'm going to love my life. That's what's going to happen here, just for reference. Going to find me well, Steam Vents will do. It's not bottoming lands when I found a breeding pool. Oh, look at that. We're so good at this game. Oh, never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. Not once. We had it the entire time. Yeah. So I actually get to Wilderness Reclamation and Flame Sweep here, which is super sweet. Just don't want them drawing cards. Enabled full greed mode. It resolved. Never understand people have gone out their way to pick these kind of specific basic lands. It never makes sense to me, but that's 3/1. Another land. How wonderful. Growth Spiral's a pretty good one, actually. I'm okay with that one. No, opponent. That's not allowed. Alright, give me a good one. That is considered a good one. Well, that was the point I was kind of making, was that these lands aren't like, they're nothing special, they're just like normal land box lands. Like, the arts look nice, but they're nothing spectacular. Alright, we went for full greed again, because that's apparently what we're doing today. Yep. Conclave Tribunal, my Wilderness Reclamation. That is okay. That one can resolve. Right, now, opponent, I know you're not going to appreciate what's about to happen here, but I'm afraid it has to. Yeah, I don't think I need that. Bounce that one. I would like my lands to untap, please. I think I'm going to hold this Flame Sweep. Okay. Opponent decided that that was just a bit too much value for them. Okay. Flame Sweeps are ace. Think I still want some number of Aether Gust, even if it's not all of them, because it's a good answer to the Questing Beasts and the Lovestruck Beasts, just to be able to make sure that we don't just oops, I die to those. As much as the Brazen Borrower was good there, I don't think it's necessarily good. Lava Coil is going to be good as well, just as more early interaction. So I think that's kind of where I'm feeling at. Let's do that. Yeah, it might be like a personal preference on basic lands or something. I'm not sure. It's not the ones I would pick, but if I was picking my own ones, I would be picking like the original Zendikar ones or something like that. But certainly those ones are weird ones to, like, if they would consider those their favourites. It's a bit strange for me, but. This one's fine. Flame Sweep and Growth Spiral are good cards to go with 5 lands. I could have played the Stomping Ground there. If I draw an untapped basic, then I don't have to take damage to play the Flame Sweep, but I don't think it should matter too much. Innkeeper, yep. I just can't be bothered with that. The land picker in this is so bad that it's just, I don't think it's worth it. Okay, they're going to draw some cards this turn, or you can draw as many as they like. If you've got like a Lovestruck Beast or something, then that's okay. That's probably the best thing for us here. Yeah, that's fine. More things that we can just sweep away with the Flame Sweep is good, so. Did they shock for that and then not play anything? Does that mean they've got another Shepherd of the Flock? I think that's probably what that means. Digging to a Reclamation now, or another Flame Sweep, depending if they do something nasty with this one. I'm going to be slightly greedier here. Going to let them get to combat here and then do this. If they want to pick something up with a Shepherd, then, or an Usher to safety, then they can do that. And they can pick something else up as well if they want. Yep, that's all fine. It's a big tempo swing again, so. Sure. Alright, Find me something. That's a good one. Just need to let this happen, unfortunately. Well, at least they're going all in on this. It means this Flame Sweep's just going to get a 4 for 1. As much as they've been drawing some cards, at least it's not all the cards. Right, I'm not messing about this time. Let's just get this done. Pop that one back in your hand, pal. Cheers. None of that. None of that. I don't think I want to... I think I want to kill the questing beast with the explosion next turn. That's likely to be what's going to happen here. So that's fine. This gets to resolve. This gets to hit me. Which is all fine. They can do whatever else they want. And then we're going to shoot this for 4. Lava Coil's a nice pickup. Deals with the backup questing beast. I'm on 8. 8 is not an awful lot. Right, let's escape first, see if we can if we pick up a Wilderness Reclamation. We do. We've got a bunch of Shocklands, so we're going to go to 6 here. Play the Reclamation. Oh, this thing doesn't block, so... Need to wait till combat, because if they have another questing beast, it's a legend, so they wouldn't be able to play another one, so we'll wait till combat and then we'll double Bone Crusher this questing beast. Or we can Aether Gust it and shoot the other 2 things. See if they do anything. Well, I'm going to do this in response now. Send that thing away, then this doesn't resolve. We'll get our 2 for 1. They put it on the bottom. They put it on the bottom. Interesting, they did have another one. Sure. Right, so we have enough mana to cast Chemist's Insight. Not like that, we don't. Glad I picked that one up. Just going to go to 2 here, be slightly risky, but does give us Oh my, this is a lot of cards with not a whole lot of gas. Well, we'll opt's fine, because we can opt into opt. I should have put that on the bottom, never mind. Now I need to keep it on top. Opt again. Yeah, sure, we'll keep that on top. Because I played the Chemist's Insight in my main phase and not my end step, and I didn't play Bone Crusher, I am dead to another questing beast. But I believe that would be their fourth one. So, fourth one. Come on, opponent. You can do it. We have 3 timeouts to wait here, guys. I apologize on behalf of my opponent, but I really need the win. I need to get out of this. Need to get out of this rank. So it turned out they didn't have the last questing beast. We're nearly there. We've nearly made it. I just figured it was better just to be playing best of 3, Stuart. Like, as much as it does get me up a little bit quicker, I'd rather the content was slightly more relevant. Wonderful. Cool. I think it's only one more win anyway, and then we're... Oh no, we're already there. Never mind. We managed to get up. So we're into gold already now, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I was just trying to make sure that the content was relevant, because I know that nobody really wants to be playing best of 1 because it's just hot garbage. So, okay, let's go again. What the hell? Let's see what's lurking around in gold 4, shall we? Self-mill, best of 1 king. Nah, see now, that sounds absolutely horrific. Let's not do that. I'll be on the play. This one I'm going to keep based on the fact that I've got all this stuff. Just give me lands, please, deck. That's not a very good one. Oh, give me a land. God damn it. Land would have been sweet there. Just blow your stuff up. Go away. Okay, cast something good, and then I'll draw the land, and we'll flame sweep your stuff away. That's the plan. I wish it was Elk time. Elk time would have been much easier to deal with. Oh. Well. Arena just completely crashed. Like, that was 2 hours and 40 of running, and it did that. Well then. Wow. That is release ready software for you there. Whoa. Whoa. Are we going to get back into the game? Whoa. Sound effects. Yikes. Nissa? No, please, go away. I don't need to spend much time back in the game to know I don't want that one. Oh, come on. Just going to stomp this Paradise Druid to stop this thing coming down next turn. Would have been really good to kill both, but... I am just the worst kind of human, slow playing my opponent like that, and I can only apologise to all of you for that. Well, I can't deal with an Issa, so that one's in. If they have a counter here, I'm done. Okay, let's just concede the match as well. Let's just not do this. I'm at the base of gold. Let's just not bother. My arena seems to have decided to completely die anyway. All right, let me actually just restart this properly now, because it clearly struggles. Yes, the Ryzen 9 can play for 2 hours 40 and then it's kaput. Like, what is this software? Look at it. This is it supposedly still running. What is it doing? There we go. It figured it out. Right, let's just... I wouldn't really like to exit and close the game, but apparently I have to. Alright, let's go one more. One more, and then that'll probably be me for the day. Cool, let's do it. Can't keep the second one not knowing the matchup. I might regret that, but I certainly can't keep it. That one's fine. So apparently gold is where all the Sultai food's hiding out, just in case anyone was wondering. And I can go back on top of your deck, on the bottom, wherever you like. But it's not staying here. To the bottom. Perfect. I'm not going to kill the Paradise Druid. I was thinking about doing it with the Explosion for 1, but I think I just want to scry and see if I can't find... something, some kind of Wilderness Reclamation or something, some kind of card advantage spell. What is that holding up? What is that representing? To the top. Those are not the chosen ones. Well, that's better than the other ones. This is a Nissa. This card's so difficult to interact with. Like, it's why is it on so much loyalty? Why do these things have stupid stack abilities? Wah. As much as it pains me, I'm just doing this because I need to find something. I mean, that deals with everything in a really cool way, so we're going to do that. Oh, you're going to play a Hydroid Crassus as well. Yep. They have stone cold nothing. We have half a chance. Oh, if I had the extra one, that would have been sweet. Right. Give me some gas. That wasn't gas. Can't even really shock that in. So I'm just gonna have to tuck the Crisis, I guess. Let's just move on to the next game, see if we can get a slightly better draw. Let's rid of these flame sweeps as much as it was okay there. That's not the intention of that one. Niv's good. These borrowers are not good, so we'll go with that. Bone Crusher's fine at dealing with the early mana dorks, but not great beyond that. I'll keep this, but I'm not massively happy about it. As much as I would like to get a land with this, again, I've brought Niv in. It's really awkward if I find the forest and then draw Niv. Yep. Nope. Stop. I guess it's kind of bad if they have a Vraska. It's actually really bad if they have a Vraska. That one's fine. Itty Bitty Crisis is fine. I'm finding the forest now because I just want to make sure I can actually cast a Wilderness Reclamation if I find one. That one's fine. Bone Crusher's good pressure as well. It's always a good one just to be able to start applying some more pressure to the opponent. I think I'm in for tempo here. Also plays around Veil of Summer. Bone Crusher. What kind of nasty thing are you trying to do to that? I'm just going to dispute this. Like, if they're that worried about the Bone Crusher, then that's good for me. I've still got 2 of these, so the last one has to be good. Again, I think I'm just going to play around them having Veil of Summer. Cool. So, Veil of Summer, because it specifically stops their spells being countered, I'm not countering the spell with Aether Gust. I'm putting it on top of their library, so, or putting it on top or bottom of the library. So, Aether Gust gets round Veil of Summer in that way. So it is worth noting that in those kind of games. I think that was pretty good. That's kind of how I expect these, or how I'm expecting that I want these post-board games to go. So we are just going to roll it back and hope for the best that we get a similar kind of draw. Obviously, opponent mulligan there, but I think we were pretty well set there anyway, and we had excess cards we didn't really need, and we still managed to get through that. So we'll keep this one. We'll see what they do if it's at the point where we want to lead on an island so we can dispute a turn 2 Oko. If they lead on a goose, then we potentially will do that. Okay, now I have no need to, so we'll just play a Temple of Mystery on 1. Sure. Need to find some more action after that, but okay, they're not doing anything either, so that bodes well. Spells, please. I don't think there's anything else on 3 that they play that I'm particularly interested in. It's just Oko. I don't care about that goose either, so... Them missing land drops pretty big. Hopefully they continue to miss a couple of land drops. Gives us a bit of time to continue. Obviously not. That'd be far too convenient. Oko. Well, they clearly didn't play that previously. So I'm assuming that they have a mystical dispute. So I'm gonna gust this on the assumption I'm getting disputed, so I can dispute their Oko. I just don't want the Oko to resolve at all. So I don't really care about this Aether Gust not resolving. I want the Oko to not resolve. And that's the end result there. Which is sweet. Wilderness Reclamation, we've got an opt. We need some gas, Chemist's Insight, or Escape from the Wilds would be ace. If we can draw toward a Niv, that would be cool as well. No more lands, please. Another Wilderness Reclamation, I suppose. They might counter this. Yeah, that's fine with me. That's more than okay with me. Means you're not advancing the goose as well. I think I'm actually just going to kill the goose. Not that it was making mana there, but... Put that back on top, that's fine. That's not a biggie. I'm assuming they're just going to end up having to cast a Nissa, so... If it gets countered here, that's not the end of the world for us. Again, not a massive deal. This is obviously still very good, but it's not the end of the world. Hydra Crust for 2 is more than okay. Give me a land or another wreck. I'll take the land. And I'm just doing this to draw some cards here. Well, they're tapped out because they're obviously high on counters after board, and we have nothing going on. So let's just make sure that we can get these cards. Okay, that's a good set of cards there. Don't really mind what they play here now. They didn't even find... Wow, that's really good for us. Yep, sure. Are we popping it on top or something? No, we're just jump blocking. Sure. They've got to deal with this. I'm going to have to find something good, and then we can use this explosion. Niv would be an awesome draw too. Escape's a great draw too. Change the colour of my fox because that's what's important here. pop that back where it came from, pal. Sweet. Sweet. So yeah, that was a really good set there. I think that was a good example of how this deck can beat Oko, and do that. It does seem very powerful, which is good. The deck is there's definitely more people playing it than there were, so it is something to bear in mind. If you're worried about things like the mirror and stuff, it's going to be worth going back and trying to potentially put Narsets back into the main deck. Narset's obviously very good at stopping the card draw. That's the kind of card that then obviously stops explosion as well. You have to deal with the Narset before you can do anything else. So Narset is one that I would probably consider trying to squeeze into here, if that's something that you're looking to deal with. Obviously, this format's still moving around and shaping quite a lot. Obviously, Oko is still the deck to beat, but I think this is a deck that is certainly capable of it, and I think that last game there kind of showcases that in a pretty good way. So Narset doesn't stop. Once upon a time, Narset, it's only card draw that Narset stops. So it will only stop if you're actually drawing cards. So things like Opt, it'll stop, but it doesn't stop like searching your deck or doing anything like that. So once upon a time isn't actually drawing a card. So if it like said, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, then put a card on top, then draw it, it would stop that. But because it's just putting it straight in your hand, you're not actually drawing it. It doesn't stop that. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. It's been a good viewer count over the 3 hours I've been streaming. Don't forget you can follow me on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitch for those on YouTube. The links are down below in both platforms. You can use your Twitch Prime to subscribe to me on Twitch. That'd be awesome. Still trying to get more subscribers on YouTube as well. Obviously running these giveaways at the moment as well. So you can find the links to those here, there, and everywhere. If you're unsure, drop me a message, and I will let you know how to enter those. Thanks very much everyone for watching. It's been wonderful having everyone here. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.